What is going on, guys? We are back with a new series, a game that I haven't played in a long time, My Summer Car. I thought I'd do a little series on this on the channel because I haven't played it in a long time, and I stumbled upon it in my Steam library the other day, and I thought maybe I should do a little series on this. Um, so today's episode, probably going to focus on doing an initial supply run because basically we have nothing. Um, few little different things that I'll probably cover in this episode. Because this might sort of double as a little bit of a tutorial as well. But I'm gonna waste no more time. There's a few different ways you can do the supply run. There's a boat down there. You can take the boat over to the town, but with the initial supply run, it's a little bit of a hassle. There's a few different things you got to carry. Same with the moped. You can take the moped, but there's only so much you can fit on the back there. For the initial supply run, it's a pain in the bum, but I'm going to end up taking the tractor with the trailer. Because this is our uncle's house here. He does let us loan his van, but there's certain things on the car you got to get on first before it triggers an in-game countdown timer. That's right, there's a present here for us. Actually, I might take this back and open it because it has money in it. But yeah, there's a few different things you got to put on the car, and it starts like a little countdown timer in the game. And then once that timer reaches 0, then the van will spawn there and your uncle will be home. And basically you can knock on his door and he'll give you the keys. I only really do that if I absolutely need the van and it's available at the time, because it's a pain in the butt. You'll have it sitting out here and you'll be like, oh, it's late in the day, I'm not going to get much done for the rest of the day, so I'm going to leave my tasks until the next day. And you get everything ready in the van and you go to sleep and you come out, the van's gone and all your stuff is just left floating there. So until eventually in the game your uncle ends up losing his license, and then basically all his vehicles pretty much come available to you permanently. That's really when I start to use the van. There's also like a little glitch, I believe, with refueling the van can cause some issues with the van disappearing and also not getting access to any of the other vehicles that you can get access to eventually. But we're going to open that. Now, we got a little bit jibbed there. We got 477 marks. But that's alright. Plan on making some money fairly quickly in this little series. So we'll go and grab the trailer and the tractor. I'm just wondering, we're a little thirsty at the moment. Nah, I reckon we'll be right to get to town. Probably buy one more case of beer anyway. Because I will drink water in this game if I need to, but I like the added fun of doing things while you're drunk. Plus it would be un-Australian not to get on the beers. Yes. I'll take this, but we're gonna have to swing back around. Actually, there's a few things I've got to do on the shed. We want to grab the petrol jerry can as well. brake off. So we want a high range. And we're just going to load the trailer up here. Dead center line. Okay. So we'll quickly bring this back around. And we'll grab all the stuff out of the shed that we need. Just leave it here so it's lined up. Nothing comes down this road anyway, so we're not at risk of getting hit. We'll put it in neutral. You don't really need to, but it just makes sense to me. It's what you would do in real life. Otherwise the thing would either stall or try to take off. So first things first, we're going to want to grab... we want the air-fuel ratio meter. I'm just wondering... We don't really need that. We'll leave that for a later date. And these do make life a lot easier. Things are just a little bit quicker with these. You really don't need them, but for the sake of the series, I'm just going to grab them. And I think that'll be all. So we'll quickly go chuck that in the tractor. That'll be right on the floor there. And we'll also grab this, because it's kind of imperative to when you first start the thing up. The fuel tank, which isn't even in, excuse me, it's not even in the car, it's literally laying on the floor over there, right there. It is currently empty, so we'll need to fill it up from the jerry can. So I plan on just doing an initial run and then not going into town for a little bit and getting most of the Satsuma built. Hopefully I can remember reasonably well how to put it together. Oops. Oh, it's in gear. This thing is painfully slow and painfully loud as well. So I might just chop out most of the trip into town so it doesn't bore you guys to death, because it's just literally going to be this the whole way for like the next 5 minutes. So I'll see you guys when we get to town. Alright, and we are almost there. And we are just about dying of thirst at this point, so probably a good thing that we did make it in time. I was thinking about stopping somewhere that had one of those water pumps, but that would be un-Australian of me while there's beers on the line. So, park brake, and turn this thing off. Now I'm hoping we made it in time, because when you start a new game, you start like late in the afternoon. Oh, he's still open, thank God.
No morjesta tiski ja tiskit koneeseen.
I might purchase all the stuff first, so we will need a alternator belt. We'll need 3 brake and clutch fluid, 1 motor oil, a battery,
Minun
some
pitäisi tulla
coolant,
pupia aikaista ihan kohta, niin
an
jos
oil
sulla jostain
filter,
vielä on,
some
niin nyt
spark
olisi hyvä
plugs,
aika ostoa.
and 2 light bulbs for the car. I'll need a pack of darbs. We'll get... So we have plenty of food. We'll get some chips. Should be right with 1 case of beer for now. Just because we're starting out, haven't got a whole hell of a lot of money. I'll get 2 bug spray because, as you can hear right now, the bugs are already buzzing around. For now, because they did patch this at one stage when they brought the fuses in, they would go out like every time you would get weather. But it doesn't seem like it's as bad anymore. I've seen people posting online that they patched it and it seems to be a little bit better now. They don't go out as often. And we're also going to get some ingredients for the Kill You. So we're going to need 6 sugar, 1 yeast, and we're going to buy all the juice. And obviously we'll come back in, and when he restocks, we'll get all the juice again, and I might get another lot of ingredients depending on how we're running with all of that. Anything else? I don't think so. Wow, we spent $2 on that alone. Now that's all purchased. Because if you leave the door open, even if he closes up and he goes next door to the pub, you can still come in and grab all your stuff. Which I thought, when does he shut? Is it on the 20? So 8 o'clock. I didn't think he was, I don't know, maybe he is open that late. I thought he shut a lot earlier than that, but then again, the sun sort of goes down at about 9 PM on this game, so kind of seems like it's daytime still, but it's not. Don't think I'll fill this up completely. I'll just top it up. Main thing we're going to focus on is petrol. And we'll get diesel in the jerry can too. So if we do get caught out, I'll just make sure I carry that every time I go in the tractor. And that way we have emergency fuel. Oops. That's a gasoline bottle. So we need that one. Also keep forgetting there's a little bit in the jerry can. But it doesn't make that much difference. Like honestly, a full jerry can, once we top up the Satsuma, it'll get you into town and back home like 2 if not 3 times, I think, close to. Provided you don't dilly-dally. So that's not going to be a worry. That's going to be plenty of fuel for initially when we get the car running. We'll chuck that back in there. And we'll get this filled up as well. Just for some emergency fuel. Oh, we're going to need a beer. And also, I forgot to mention before we left, the main reason why I've brought the tractor and the trailer is because it was a while ago now, but you no longer get the tyres for the car in the garage. When the game first came out, it was like that. You automatically had just stock tyres for it in the garage at home. But now it doesn't give you that. So there is an option to get the stock wheels, and we're going to do that on the way back. Get the tailgate up here. Sort of swung in a little bit. Wow, fuel's $4.50 a litre. Diesel's not much cheaper either. Alright, we'll go pay this bill and see how much he's gonna sting us for. And we'll have a beer while we're here. 200, that's not too bad. Don't mind me, mate, just a little parched. Yeah, have that. Thanks, Timo. You're a legend. So we'll chuck that in the back. And we'll have a bunch. Oh, I'll always forget. You can do this. You can chuck things through the wall. Makes it a little bit easier. Oh. Yeah, so he's shut now. What's the time? Wow, it is already 8 o'clock. Time gets away from you in game on this game. Really does sometimes. That's not the best thing because we've still got a lot to do. That's the thing. The door locks, but if you leave it open, see, he's gone in there now. You wouldn't be able to purchase anything anymore, but you can still grab any items that you already have purchased, which is a good thing. So we'll load all this up in the trailer. It's the best thing about this trailer. Don't only have to use it for the wood job. It is very versatile. Nothing falls out of it as far as I know. I've never experienced it. Touch wood. But we'll get all this stuff loaded. So I think I chucked the beers in the trailer, didn't I? And we got everything. Yeah. Don't think I forgot to purchase anything. I think I got spark plugs. Hopefully I did. I think they go into the bag, so we won't be able to tell until we get home anyway, because I'm not opening that. That is literally, we bought quite a bit, so that is literally Pandora's box there. Beer's the most important cargo, so they're right up front. And while we're here, why not treat ourselves to one? Can't see what I'm doing now. Strategically place these right there, so while we're driving we can look down and reach them. Worst case, I might have to open. We're gonna get on the road here because if we want to get those tires from the abandoned mansion, we're gonna have to start moving. Otherwise, we're gonna run out of daylight. We'll move them over there. Oh, did I not put the brake on? We're gonna have to reverse out of here because I sort of didn't exactly position the trailer very well. That's alright. Also, the other thing, I don't think I did, was put the fuel cap back on. Always forget to do this. It's like in real life I drive a car and I drive trucks all the time with like multiple tanks on them. What the hell? Okay. Just chill. Just chill. I'm gonna get in now. Don't lose your shit over it. Yeah, and I drive trucks in real life with multiple tanks on them, and not once have I ever forgotten to put a fuel cap back on. Yet in this game, it doesn't register for some reason. So we're gonna go back this way. We're gonna come back past the abandoned mansion, which is just before, from this direction, it's just before Flatari's, which is the in-game mechanic. And we're gonna grab the stock wheels for the car, and then we'll be set at that point to get the build done start to finish. I say finish, I mean finish in the initial stage. So just get it running and ready for inspection. Worst case, I'm not going to be able to get it tuned up perfectly because it has been a while. But I know with these tyres, generally they don't pass inspection anyway, so we're going to have to take them around to Flataris anyway to get them replaced. Just for the inspection, and at the same time, if the car's backfiring or it's smoking, I might just put it in for the basic tune-up as well while it's there, and then it's guaranteed to pass inspection, then provided we put the jack and the triangle, which is on this thing, you gotta rip the triangle off it, and put it in the boot, take it around for inspection, and it should be right as rain. And then from there, we'll keep plugging away at some in-game jobs and stuff, earn some money up, and we'll modify the car and eventually enter it into the rally. Which it has been a long time since I've done the rally. I've only ever tried it once, which is kind of ironic. I've played a fair bit of this game. I think I've got just over 100 hours in it. And I've only tried the rally once. But when I first started playing the game, I didn't really use any guides or anything. I sort of tried to figure it out for myself. So it would take me a long time to build a car. Whereas now, generally take me maybe a couple in-game days from start to finish. It's not really difficult, it's just more or less trying to remember a few of the little hidden bolts here and there, and the sizes of the bolts on everything. Oh, I didn't post a letter for the stuff. Damn it. Oh, it's too late now. I always forget that too. I always bring the letter with me and I forget to post it. Maybe I should put it in the trailer when I come around on a new game next time. Well, I don't think it flies out. And I would have seen it when I went in for the jerry cans and been like, oh, better post that. But we've got plenty of time for that. It's only the ratchet set and the air fuel gauge. The air fuel gauge does make it a lot simpler to tune the car, but it only really helps with the carby tuning, in my opinion. There are other factors that go into the tuning that don't always line up, and I'm not exactly an expert on all of it. The distributor's got to be positioned. The alternator's pretty easy. It's like either it'll be making a squealing noise, or the bells will be jumping around, and there's only one click where it's perfect, where it's not making noise and it's not jumping. So we'll probably get most of the car built, and then I don't really want to wait around for the van. Honestly, it takes too long to spawn. Like, if we get straight into the build in the next episode, it's gonna take probably till in-game Friday, realistically, for the van to spawn for the first time. I'm probably going to have the car built at that point. And possibly even tuned and pretty much ready for inspection, or at least ready to take around the Flataris. And at that point, if we're dropping the car around at Flataris, he's got a, it's like an American car. I think it's supposed to be a charger or something like that, a dodge of some sort, an old one. And it gives you that whenever... I don't need low range here. Can't build. Yeah, so it gives you that whenever you put your car in for a service of any sort. And at that point, there's no real point of the van, in my personal opinion. Yeah, you can fit quite a bit of stuff in it, but once you get to that point in the game, you don't need... You're not doing trips with a bunch of stuff. You're mainly going to be doing food and kill you ingredients and stuff. Is this the driveway here? I think it is. No, it's not. Getting ahead of ourselves here. No, I think you can see the bridge. There's a little bridge. Oh no, it is. Okay, we're gonna... Before we go too far down the hill, we're gonna reverse up here. See if we can do this without the trailer going berserk. It's quite easy reversing the tractor and the trailer, but because you got your little cheat window, just turn around and whoops. You literally just turn around and literally look directly at what you're doing. Now, people who have played the game might be wondering why I didn't bring the hammer. You don't need it. You don't, like, honestly, you can open the doors with your hands, or even a beer a beer carton. Is that gonna be low enough? I think it will be. But when you bring the tractor, that's all you need to do. And I believe we can throw the tyres out the wall. Even though it might be a pain to get this thing out of here. I'm going to try and pull it up to the point where I can potentially just throw them directly into the trailer. We'll see how we go with that. We'll, even though we've got a bit of extra fuel now, we'll kill the engine. I've noticed people do this at different times, especially at night, because apparently the wasps that are up here, there's a wasp nest right there, and if you get stung, you pretty much die. And I've noticed some people do this at night, because I think now the wasps are only active at a certain time during the day, like a time period during the day. I think it's like after 8 PM or something, which if that's the case will be good now, because... yeah, I think that tire's rooted. Now I believe... Oh, get in there. Why can't I... What? Oh, I accidentally went into build mode. I was like, why can't I pick anything up right now? What happened? What, the game didn't like me friggin' shortcut and stuff like that? I'm pretty sure these... I didn't bring the ruler with me, but I'm pretty sure these tires will be pretty well stuffed. Damn it, we missed that one. Come on, can we go 3 for 4? Aim up high. And yeah, that one went in. Beautiful. And... we can just jump out the window. No need to go back past the wasps. Even though I don't have permadeath on, there's a reason for that. Because I'm doing a series on it. I don't want to get like halfway into a series and die and just lose all that progress and have to go, oh well, series is over. want to try and get a full playthrough in. Okay. Now we don't have to fumble around in the dark in there. We've got lights on the tractor anyway, so we'll be able to see our way home. A little more hand throttle. That's better. Park brake. 50% of the time we go to pull off, park brake again. We got around that? Yep, we got around that. Good ass. Kicking goals. The only thing we forgot to do was the letter. But it's not imperative to this. Chances of me having to get the car tuned up at Flatari's is pretty high anyway, so not too worried about that. Oh. Damn it, I can't reach him. No! Let's reposition them. Yeah, there we go. Come to daddy. I thought it was in drive mode. Again. Bloody brake. Yeah, so this is Flatari's here. For anyone that hasn't played the game, I'll sort of explain things initially. There possibly are some things hidden around the sides that we can collect for the car, but we'll leave that for now because we're going to come to Flatari's again eventually anyway. But that's the Fernwood. And that's the car he loans you when you have your car in for service. The thing is a weapon. Pretty sure it's automatic too, so you don't even have to change gears, you just send it in it. I think he does something to your car if you don't return his car once your car's ready to be picked up, but I've never tried that out. As far as I know from people talking about it online, he rings your house or something and like threatens you pretty much. Alright, I think I'm going to clip the rest of this out and I'll see you back at the house. Cheers to that. Alright, and we have made it back, and as you can see, it is pitch black out. So we got all that stuff done just in time, I think. Pull up. And we'll leave the lights on so I can see my way inside. Can't find them. Can't find park brake. Turn that off. Yeah, she was right. She'll sit there. Thank God for the light on the tractor, otherwise we'd have been fumbling around trying to find our way in. But I think I might end the episode there, and in the next episode I'm gonna just put all the stuff away off camera and then go to sleep. And what I might do in the next episode is we'll take the boat over to the cottage island. We'll get all the stuff from the island, even though most of it I probably won't use. But we mainly need the brewing bucket for the Kilyu. So we'll do that. And I'm thinking as well, because you can get to the town from the by taking the boat, while we're on the boat, I might just go all the way over the lake and we'll take the letter with us and we'll mail that off. And then if we have a little bit of time, I might try and get all subframe and just the running gear in this thing. So it's a rolling chassis. We'll roll her in the shed, and then the next episode after that we'll probably get most, if not all, the build done. And yeah, but if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.